Yeah, they got it bumping. Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul era, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. 10 DBS, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about?
Welcome to another episode of Boot to the Face here live on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. I'm your host, Chris Rucker, along with my host, EJ Reed, and we are here to talk about the world of professional wrestling. EJ, how you doing?
It's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm getting pumped for the game. How you doing?
Pretty good. I don't know if I'm getting pumped for the game or not, but I did go to the grocery store this morning and see some people in Seattle Seahawks jerseys, and I thought, good for them. But also, fuck them.
A lot to unpack with that. But how they land in Atlanta? I guess you got fans of teams spread out all over the country, but like Seattle, Atlanta, it's a little odd. But you know,
Atlanta's a melting pot, man. Like, people move here from everywhere.
That's what I say. Yeah, true. I know weather's a lot better than rainy ass Seattle, but the vitriol with the fuck Seattle, I didn't know you didn't like them like that.
No, I'm cheering for Seattle. I don't mind them. I was just saying, fuck those fans that they've been to the Super Bowl 3 times in the last 15 years, and I ain't been since I was like a teenager.
Hey, man, that's the life that we both chose, being Cowboy fans. We thought we had it made in the 90s. We're like, this is going to last forever.
I didn't choose this shit. This shit chose me. If I could,
I guess you could look at it that way.
If I could go to another team, I would. That's where I am right now. If I could pick another team, which I can, but I couldn't see myself rocking another team's gear or like getting invested. Like, I listen to all the Cowboys podcasts. I know all the players. Like, I couldn't see myself starting over. And it's like when a new wrestling company comes around. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't already know the people, you're not about to get invested in that. That's why it's hard for me to watch like MLW and New Japan now.
Yeah. Hey, either way, you would have had some suffering in your life. If you would have chose your hometown team, you would have been suffering in the 90s and the 2000s, and then would have had the glory.
If I would have left the Cowboys and went back to Kansas City, boy, I'd be good the last like 10 years.
Exactly. But be like that sometimes. Like, if I was born a few years early, like if I was born like in the 93, 94, I would have been a Panthers fan. But, you know, it was too late. I was already a Cowboys fan by the time they rolled around in 95. So, and that wouldn't have been a good choice either, though.
I mean, you'd have went to the Super Bowl once at least.
Yeah, and then
Twice.
Oh, yeah, with Jake Delhomme and then 03 or whatever. Yeah,
that's the one Janet pulled her titty out at.
Yeah, but they didn't win it though, so you know I'm good where I'm at, even though our fucking owner sucks.
Hey, I take going to the Super Bowl twice in the past like 20 years over what we got now.
Yeah, how old's Jerry now? 85.
This nigga made a deal with the devil. He gonna live longer than both of us.
Oh shit, hey man. But then even when he kicks the bucket, he probably passes it down with a punk say to your doofus son-in-law.
Yeah, it's doofus son, and the company will be even worse shape.
Now it's just getting me depressed, man. Let's move on.
We picked our Super Bowl picks already, but you want to change yours, or you still good with who you pick? I'm still good with Seattle. I think Seattle wins by double digits.
I hope you're right. I hope it's a repeat of Seattle, Denver, and not Seattle, New England 1. Because Patriots fans are already insufferable. I know you said your homeboy is a Patriot fan, but I know you mentioned a couple weeks ago, you don't care if they get more Super Bowls than the Cowboys and whatnot. I know you're talking about Pittsburgh maybe, but I don't know, man. This won't sit right if they're up to 7. And got to hear those annoying Boston fans gloat. They just won the basketball a couple years ago with the Celtics. Red Sox had a run in the 2000s and the 20 teens, and now you're gonna have another Patriots Super Bowl. Like, come on.
I'm to the point I don't care anymore. Like I can't. I don't have enough bandwidth of energy in my body to root against other people not being successful, other teams, when my team is just so fucking problematic in my life. You know what I mean? I don't need other people's success adding on to the non-success that my team is having to just make me even more frustrated. So you know what? I bring your problems to the altar, and I brought my Cowboys jersey. I turned it over to the Lord, EJ. I can't do it anymore.
Hey man, I think there'll be better days one day, but
I hope I'm around.
it is.
I ain't got
Damn,
about
man.
22 years left.
You turn the corner, the 2030s will be our decade. You'll see. Oh man, but yeah. I mean, you said you got some chili. I know we might have been talking about this off radio. You make some chili for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I've been wanting to make chili for a couple of weeks now when it was really cold out, and it still gets below freezing here in Georgia. And I do chili maybe once or twice a year, so I got some chili in the crock pot right now, simmering, and I'm excited for that. Got a little guacamole dip, little queso dip. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the Super Bowl. I care more about the commercials and the fallout on social media when all the racists try to go over and watch the other halftime show. I'm gonna be watching Bad Bunny.
Yeah, you saw his entrance at the backlash. It'll probably be like that times 10. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about that. He was in Puerto Rico when Backlash happened.
that's true.
This is in San
He had it.
Francisco.
Yeah, but but it's gonna have a lot more glitz and glam and the dancers, and I think it's gonna be a lit show. But how much motion does that Tipusa halftime show really have? Like, who's gonna get up, get the remotes, try to find what channel's on? I think it's on like TSN. Like, who gets TSN? And it's on YouTube, so you could easily click over to everybody's TV user as a YouTube. But who's gonna do all of that just to watch some? Like, I'm so disappointed. I
Racist.
mean,
Racist
that's
people.
true.
Like
So,
the fact that they
but
literally got an all white country halftime show. They didn't do this shit when Metallica was the halftime show. Or Aerosmith. But we got a motherfucker from Puerto Rico that doesn't speak English well. We gotta get our own halftime show. We gotta take halftime. Shut the fuck up. Only time you should be switching over from halftime was in '99 when The Rock and Mick Foley was doing the empty arena match.
that was dope. I was still young, so I didn't get to watch that live. Unfortunately, I was like 11. But yeah, that was dope. But I digress. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because he's American. People was like, he's not from America. Yeah, he's Puerto Rican. He's an American citizen, and he's not speaking in English. He's speaking in the native tongue of Spanish. United States doesn't have a national language, idiots. So
Half
it's
these
just
motherfuckers that are complaining about his language can't speak English either.
yeah, exactly. Whatever kind of broken Southern, whatever they talk. But I was about to say, I'm so disappointed. I was a Kid Rock fan like early on. Like he used to like fuck with the black people because Devil Without a Cause. He was rapping on it. I bought the cassette tape when I was in middle school, and he like just slowly transformed into whatever form he is in now.
He had a
Like
good song with R. Kelly back in the day. That should have tipped us off right there.
yeah, the Rockstar song. That was probably it from like '07, and he just slowly morphed into some far right wing nut. It's
Race? Nah,
crazy.
it ain't even about politics. He's just a racist, transphobic, hateful motherfucker. And he weighs a
Yeah,
buck oh five soaking wet. Like I beat Kid Rock's ass.
yeah. And
You know what I mean? Like
the thing about it is, I heard he grew up like super privileged, and this is like literally like a costume he's wearing. I heard he grew up super rich in like Michigan or wherever he's from, and then keep Nicki Minaj. I don't know what she's doing. Cardi was right. Like everybody, we should have sided with Cardi the whole time, but when they first started beefing in like 2017 or something.
so it is Nicki Minaj that went. I could never remember which one of them that went like far right and sold out.
Yes, Nikki. Keep her too.
Brie Minaj. That's an
Yeah.
inside joke.
I didn't pick up on that, but
I said Brie Minaj.
oh, Brie Bella? Oh, no. Okay. I, I know what you're talking about. That's yeah. People can tie those two together if you follow
If you know,
us
you
off.
know.
If you know, you know exactly.
Anything else you got into this week?
No, man, it's pretty laid back. Like I literally, it's the first weekend in a while. Like nothing's going on, like locally with stuff I got going on locally. I just sat on my ass. It was a shitty UFC fight night card in the Apex that I watched. It was a pretty decent bare knuckle fight that was on. Watched some collision and another year. Like a lot of like probably like half the Super Bowls I've been at for when I moved in Missouri. I've been watched solo. I'll probably watch the Super Bowl again solo this year. Maybe make some Mexican. I know Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican, but being solidarily
Gosh,
with the
EJ.
Latino communication. Huh?
You sound just like the white people now. You're just gonna make Mexican food because of Bad Bunny. He's not even Mexican.
Nah, cause I had some chips, like tortilla chips in my pantry. I'm like, I might as well just go full on and go all out with this side of things because sometimes I do a pizza, but I'm like, nah, let's switch it up, do some Mexican. I got the salsa already, got the chips, so pick up
What is
some.
Puerto Rican food?
I think that's like rice and like I don't know if it's close to Cuban, but that's a good question. I don't want to misspeak, so yeah, I'll do my
My
research.
home, my homeboy Pedro that we talked about on here that passed away years ago. He was Puerto Rican. Whenever I go eat at his house, it was like tamales and rice and beans. It was like Mexican food basically. I don't know if Puerto Rico has their own like cuisine type. Let's see. Let me just do a little Google search real quick. Talk amongst
Yeah,
yourselves.
I don't want to misspeak. I'm sure they got some good food. I know Cuban food's good, and I don't know if I've ever had Dominican food, but you know, the Caribbean islands, the food is fire. Jamaican food hits, so I'm sure Puerto Rican got some
Oh
fire food
damn!
as
Look
well.
at that. First thing I find: 24 Puerto Rican recipes to fuel your Bad Bunny halftime party.
See, there you go. What does it say?
Uh, Arroz con polo or pollo. It's some kind of chicken and rice. A pina
Okay.
colada. A
Oh,
pollo guisado. It's like half chickens with beans and corn and a sauce that's on it. It actually looks really good. Java casitos. Everything's in a different language. Not different language, but in Spanish. So you don't know what the fuck it means. Pernil asado, garlicky roast pork shoulder. That looks good too.
all that
Kingfish.
stuff.
This is a lot of good shit. I may need to go to
Yeah.
port. Ooh, a coquito cheesecake. My God, that looks good. It looks like a mixture between key lime pie and cheesecake. God damn, that looks good.
What's up? Shout out to Bad Bunny. I don't think we talk about it because we did a Tuesday show too because we were both out of town. But he won like a bunch of Grammys too. Won the album of the year. So shout out to him.
Yeah, but
Super
nobody
Bowl.
knows who he is if you ask the fucking hillbillies.
Yeah, he's like the most streamed artist over all the world. I think they said his album just hit number one in China. So yeah, fuck out of here with that. It's just
When we
I
went
don't
to
know, man.
Japan, they played Bad Bunny. They played Meg Thee Stallion, Bad Bunny, like a bunch of shit that you know. I thought it was gonna be all like Japanese music, but
It's
music is
just
music,
people
man.
just people just dig down on their heels for all the wrong reasons. Like we're
Right.
not a political show, but we saw the Lion King post that our president post. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, I feel like we're in like Vince McMahon said, we're in bizarre world. Like, imagine any other president doing something like that. It's just so ridiculous, man.
Obama posted a picture of a bunch of saltines with like George Bush's face on it. Like
Yeah,
the world would go crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
the world would melt down, man.
yeah. We knew we couldn't get that colored in the office. Yeah, one black president and you made him a ape. Like, get the fuck out of it. It was an
Which wasn't in the
accident.
Lion King, which wasn't in the Lion King at all. They had a baboon, which baboons have tails, apes don't. Like, yeah, people are just dumb, man. They try to twist the narrative just to save face for something. But y'all see, y'all be on the wrong side of history when it's all said and done in the next 10 years, and don't try to come back over, man.
They said it was an accident though, EJ. And it got deleted once he realized what it was. You telling me this motherfucker that's up on Twitter at 2:30 in the morning didn't look at that video and say, nah, I don't want to post it. Hell no. He looked at it and said, fuck yeah. The Obamas is monkeys. Let's do it.
Nasty work, man. But,
Oh yeah, but they deleted it right after. It doesn't matter. It's the fucking internet. It's out there. Like, he got his point across.
It's up for 12 hours. You can save anything if it's up for 2 seconds. Screenshot. So
what gets me is the black people like defending it.
What's the guy from Django? Steven? Those are Steven from Django's Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus. They should have never gave you niggas nothing. White man ain't did nothing but brought you over here, gave you food, clothes on your back.
Shout out, I can't remember the actor's name, but he was on Malcolm in the Middle. The guy who does Uncle, he does it like at conventions. It's hilarious. Like,
oh my god, Uncle Ruckus is funny on Boondocks, but when a nigga's real life Uncle Ruckus, this shit ain't funny at all. It's like, man. Really? You trying that hard, but it is what it is.
And at the end of the day, when you're not in the room, because I've had a white friend that's allies, and he's come back and reported me what they say about us when we're not in the room. It's nasty. So, like at the end of the day, what Kanye say, he's problematic. He's just a nigga in the coop. At the end of the day, that's how they say
right.
it. No matter how much status,
even if you're in the bench, you're still a nigga in the coop.
Yeah. So whatever. Go shuck and jive. You never see me do that.
Let's get to some wrestling. Wrestling's never racist, DJ.
Oh. We could go down. We don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Unless we're talking triple K. I mean Triple H. My bad. I said Triple K.
Yeah,
Freudian slip.
Let's get into some wrestling. I feel like even since we did a show on Tuesday, but there's been some stuff in between then that get into.
Well, we have a new NXT champion, and I believe the both of us kind of hedged our bet with what we picked. We both thought Ricky Starks would win, but I think both of us also said, watch them go with Joe Hendry.
I don't know if I picked Ricky Starks. I think I was on the fence. I'm like, that would be a little bit too obvious if they went with Ricky Starks. And I said I could see them giving it to Joe Hendry because I said it would be fun if they would have picked like somebody we didn't expect, like a Drake or Keanu. But I'm like, I could see Hendry winning it because it's just a little bit too obvious. And
yeah.
They went with the older guy, and I know you weren't too thrilled because about his in ring prowess.
He's trash in the ring, man. I mean, he's to say his name and he appears shit is fun. The sing along is fun coming out. The little turn around he does is fun, but when the bell rings, he's what the internet tells you Jey Uso is.
I can see that. I remember, what was it? It was like my first year on the show. You and Tabitha in Vegas. Y'all pop hard for Hendry when he came out. You lived long enough to see yourself become the villain, man. Like,
yeah, it was a fun entrance. It was a fun entrance. It was a fun everything. And then he wrestled, and I think we both went to the bathroom. Like, she went to get a drink. I went to the bathroom. Like, it was. That was my first dealings with Joe Hendry. I had no idea who he was. I was like, this dude is so fucking corny that he's cool. Like, there's a line where you get so fucking corny that you're likable. And that's how he was.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's no ring general in the ring. But you got to give it to him. He's worked hard. I think they said he started this in ROH. I wasn't watching at the time and got it over to TNA. I remember them doing the cheesy vignettes. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with people backstage clapping and then just popping up and smiling? Like the Burger King man. Remember the Burger King man in the costume? Just smiling? It's kind of like that almost. And then I'm like, all right, what is this leading to? And then he finally debuted and fans were into it. Got the Royal Rumble appearance, got the Mania appearance. And then, like I said, they missed the ball when they didn't put the belt on him at Bound for Glory. And it's kind of like lukewarm. And I think this is going to be like a transitional phase, man, because they're rebooting NXT. I think they're going to boost these younger guys until they can find a guy that takes it off them. I don't see this being like a real long run for them. They may give Ricky another run too. he's a heel. He get it in nefarious ways and whatnot. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess we got to see where it goes.
You brought up me going to Vegas and watching TNA, which is very ironic. I actually got this shirt, Mickey James' Last Rodeo, in Vegas while we were there at that show.
Shout out to Mickey James. What's she up to nowadays?
Just selling merch and going to conventions, and she's not technically retired, but she did the last rodeo. She won the title, and then she got injured and hadn't wrestled since. I think if I had to guess, I would say she's probably gonna do one last run, but right now she's just signing autographs, taking pictures, and when you fucking look like that, what else you gonna do but take pictures of people and charge them money? Like,
Yeah, I know she's got her own money, but I'm sure that GM money is
boy,
a little different too.
they got a big ass farm out in Nashville together.
Oh yeah, is he like a citizen now, or did he just get his green card?
I'm sure. If he didn't get one, he's married to an American citizen, so ICE can't really fuck with him, I guess.
And they got a son too. So
Yeah.
Living nice out there in the rodeo. Shout out to Nick Aldis and Mickey James.
Nick Aldis, my favorite GM on TV right now.
You don't like Pierce?
Nick Aldis laid the fucking law down. Nick Aldis, hey man, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the goddamn GM. Shut your motherfucking ass up. And I'm British. He'd do that shit with Nick Aldis should have been James Bond over what's my guy's name that I don't like?
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Nick Aldis could have did that shit over Daniel Craig.
You won't get the nod to Idris Elba? There's always been rumors of him getting it.
I wanted that to happen and it hadn't happened yet. I would love Idris Elba as James Bond. That's a suave motherfucker there.
Either him or, like you said, Nick Aldis. Give it to Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis would be dope as, but the thing about Nick Aldis is like his shoulder's too big to be a spy. You know, you're supposed to like fit in and not stand out. Nick Aldis walk in the room and everybody turns around. Daniel Craig walks in the room. They like, who's this fucking waiter?
I know you're not a fan of Daniel Craig. I mean, I feel like there's only been really two since I've been, around him and Pierce Brosnan. I think they had one when I was like one. I don't remember. I can't remember. It came out like in '89 or something like that.
Sean Connery.
I wasn't around during the Sean Connery days, so yeah. I feel like Daniel Craig's had a longer run than Pierce Brosnan. I like Pierce Brosnan.
My uncles and my dad, my biological dad, they loved fucking James Bond movies when I was younger. They used to watch this shit all the time with Pierce. It was Pierce Brosnan and Sean Connery. They'd watch all the fucking time. I'm like, you motherfuckers are 300 pounds. Y'all not spying nobody.
Roger Moore, I think, was a pretty long-standing. Yeah, James Bond, I feel like it's an underrated series. I know it's real big over there in Europe too. So,
did you ever watch James Bond Jr., the cartoon?
Wow, I didn't know they had a cartoon.
Yeah,
check that out.
Had a dope.
Was that like the 80s?
His name is Bond, James Bond Jr. He was actually the nephew of James Bond. He wasn't the son.
Was that like in the 80s or
90s?
Like,
90s.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That must have slipped under my radar because I always know about like obscure 90s cartoons that people might not know about, like Street Sharks, and it's a few like that.
Street Sharks. I want to say I used to watch it around the time I was watching Darkwing Duck.
I definitely remember Darkwing Duck.
Do you remember Silverhawks?
That's another one that slipped under my radar. No,
that may have been late 80s though.
Another obscure one that just popped up for some reason in my algorithm. Ultra Force. It was like almost like a ripoff of X-Men. It was Malibu comic books.
So I don't remember that one, but you just triggered one for me. Did you ever watch Cops? COPS?
It was like, wasn't it the cops and they had like, it was like futuristic machines and shit.
Yeah, like the captain was a black dude that had a fucking shoulder harness gun, but he had like a metal arm too.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my shit when I was a kid.
Yeah. Nostalgia, hell of a drug.
Nostalgia, man. If you could sell that shit, boy, you can make a lot of money. You sell nostalgia.
Yeah. But we were talking about the GM. Do you think we ever see Pierce or Aldis get physical and wrestle? Because they both former NWA champions.
I feel like Pierce is gonna end up wrestling Braun Breaker.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit on the last show, and we said like, it's kind of it kind of like dialing back on the Braun Breaker hype, but it's a good fun feud, especially if it's 1-on-1. Not a lot of people get 1-on-1 matches in Mania, so I think that would be like, all right, you've done a good job for us the past 5-6 years, Pierce. So we'll give you a little WrestleMania match. Cause remember he was before even Aldis got in the picture, he was like they didn't give him the gym role, they called him like what they called him like backstage personnel or something like that. Adam Pearce for a while.
Yeah, he was like the go-between in between Triple H and he wasn't the GM yet.
Yeah,
they didn't make him the GM until
Aldis got
got there
right.
because he was on SmackDown and Raw. Because remember he was feuding with the Bloodline for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he had that segment where he called Ronda Rousey a bitch and she beat him up.
They let him call her that?
Yeah. I think he said, like, why don't you... He was like, you're such a bitch. Or something like that. And she fucking put him in the armbar. He was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Like, he went off on... Which I think is... when you think about it, if you look at the way the GMs right now react to the male talent that's out of hand compared to the female talent, they're very disrespectful to the female talent. I feel like they yell at them, tell them shut up and all that. They don't do that shit to the male talent, and that stands out to me.
Really, I think Pierce say some wild shit to like the Big Shannon stuff and yelling at them and Drew, Aldis and Drew. You don't think so?
He's like, get out of here, go to your thing. Go. You're leaving the building, Cody. Like, I need you to leave or else you lose your title shot. But then he gets in the ring with Liv and Raquel and Jade and Jordan Grace. And he's like, would y'all shut up? I was like, wait a minute, man. Like, you don't say that shit when Cody's out there acting crazy.
I got to pay a little bit of attention to Aldis, but I feel like Pierce gives it to the
I feel like
males.
it's both of them. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I just got to pay attention more now that you mention it. That happens a lot. When somebody finally mentions it, you see it all the time now. So.
Like I said, Pierce called Ronda Rousey a bitch.
That's crazy. I don't remember it. Was this like was this her first run or the second run?
She was the SmackDown champion, so it was her second run. She came back, got the title. Because remember, she had lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania. Then she beat Charlotte like the next one. She was a SmackDown champion, and Pierce was like, you were such a bitch. And then he goes, I'm sorry. I was out of line. Shouldn't have said that. And she still armbarred his ass.
That was definitely a Vince thing.
Probably. He like went off on her. He cut like a 3-minute promo on her and ended it with calling her a bitch.
Well, at least he got his she got her get back. I guess that he didn't let him call her that. But yeah, it'll be interesting if you see Pearson, Braun Breaker go at it, I guess.
And this is exactly what I mean by Joe Hendry not being a good champion, because we started out talking about Joe Hendry and we've went all the way back to Adam Pearce calling Ronda Rousey a bitch because Joe Hendry is not worth talking about as a champ.
I guess so. Point made. But who do you think Hendry fused with first? You just go straight to Ricky Starks?
I think they may go ego. They may go all ego just so he can have somebody to beat. Because I think Saints is going to end up taking the title from him. So if he goes that route, with WrestleMania right around the corner also, NXT usually does a big show around WrestleMania. I could see Ricky Saints and Joe Hendry at the WrestleMania show.
You'll be out in Vegas. I know you're not going to Mania, but NXT stand delivered tickets are pretty cheap. You might go to that.
What day is that?
It is Saturday morning. It's the Saturday of Mania.
Morning. Oh wow. I might check that out. My plan is to get there. I'm gonna do WrestleCon. My plan is to do indie shows this trip. Go to like MLW. Go to, I know they're not indie, TNA, and then other places that, like, I want to go see Nikki Blackheart wrestle. I want to go see J-Rod wrestle. Like, people like that I follow that are on the indie scene. I want to see them at a big show at WrestleMania and go to some of that stuff instead of, because for what we paid for that one WrestleMania ticket, I could probably go to 5 other shows.
Yeah. Sure tickets are like $30-$40 compared
Right.
to what we pay. What we
And then
pay for it.
I'll go to a fucking pool party hosted by Mandy Rose at Circa and watch WrestleMania on the fucking Circa screens up there.
Yeah, but if you get a chance, if it's not coinciding with one of the indie shows you go to, I think it'd be dope if you went to Stand and Deliver.
I wouldn't mind that at all. Actually, I'm gonna look into it. I'm actually writing it down as we're talking.
Yeah, hopefully you'll see JC Jane lose her title. Sick of her right now. Same old stuff.
You know what I would love to see?
What's
I
that?
would love to see either Fallon Henley or Jada Parker take the title from her.
I would lean more so Fallon Henley. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Jada Parker, but I don't know why. Like I'm such a stickler on. I want to see you with the secondary title first before you get the women's title.
I feel that.
Jada could have a hell of a run with that instead of fucking. You know I despise Izzy Dane. Like let Jada take the title off Izzy Dane, man.
But before they got that title, there was no secondary title to get. So going straight for the NXT Women's Championship wasn't.
Yeah, they've had it for like 2 years now. Kalani was the first champion, so that's what it's there for.
Man, Kalani Jordan she's gonna be a star.
Yeah, I'm surprised she's not on the main roster yet. I mean, since her fiance's up there, I think we probably will see her there before the year is over because they don't do it traditionally anymore with like a draft. They just put you up there whenever they feel like it nowadays. So.
I said she's gonna be a star, and right when you said her fiance and it was Carmelo, I think she might fit in the same place that Carmelo is. Just a mid-card person that puts on really good matches that never quite get to the top. I hope better for her. I hope better for her, but I think that's where it'll probably end up.
I can see that. Definitely she could be a US champ. I just don't. She's definitely really good in the ring. I just need to see her get to that slight next level. She's doing a good job as a heel, but I still need a slight more convinced as a heel. I think she's great as a babyface, but I don't know. For some reason, it hasn't completely clicked with the heel stuff, but I think she could get there.
Yeah. She's having a good feud right now with Lola Vice, which Lola Vice is another one that it's like she's got the look, she's got the personality, but will they, once the Charlottes and the Beckys and the Baileys and all these people are gone, which, we're getting a little older, EJ, so are they, probably be the next 2 or 3 years. Becky's on record saying this is her last contract.
Yeah. It's crazy though, just because Father Time with all the new medical technology and people taking better care of themselves, like you still got these girls that could go, like Charlotte and Becky would be retiring just because she wants to, not because she can't go. And we're seeing these people last a little bit longer, and it kind of sucks for the new generation. They gotta kind of wait longer themselves to get back. Because we talked about this before, like Attitude Era, they did it out of necessity because everybody's at WCW. So you had The Rock 24, 25. He's already one of your main guys, and Stone Cold early 30s, and all the other guys in there mid to the late 20s that they had to go. But now you're seeing like these mid to late 20 guys are kind of still young boys. Like Dom is 28, and he's still like almost like a
Is he
younger
only
guy.
28? I thought he's in his 30s by now.
Nah, he's 28. Braun Breaker 28, and then you got like I think it's a complaint that there's not a whole lot of 20 somethings here on the main roster. Like some of these people that are still like on the lower middle card are in their 30s now. Carmelo's 30, Trick is 30, and he's a new guy. And you still got these guys at the top that's still in good shape, like Roman and Punk to an extent, Cody. It's harder to get up the top when these guys are lasting longer. Randy Orton's still like $1 million, and he's 45, 46, still chisels out of granite. Back in the day, you saw Ric Flair at Randy Orton's age looking like shit. Body. So, yeah, man. Modern medicine.
Yeah. Let's head across the street to AEW. we had a lot going on. We had they did a what do they call it? Where you fight the champion?
Had an eliminator match.
Eliminator match with MegaBad, right?
Yeah, they finally got an official name. You know, I love that. Like that's what I like about TNA and AEW's women's tag teams. They give them name, they give them gear, and they, you know, there's synergy.
One of the things I thought about the women's tag division was I was upset that Sky Blue and Julia didn't win, along with TJ, which where the fuck is TJ at right now? But Penelope Ford's also been a day oneer. She started with Joey Janela way back in the day. So I wouldn't be upset if she ended up finally getting, and she's improved big. Like she was always very athletic, but she's improved in the ring. She's improved with her personality. Like Penelope Ford's worked her ass off. I think I would not be mad if MegaBad ended up winning, but there's this part of me that wants Megan Bayne to just beat the fuck out of Chris Statlander and take the title from her.
That would be dope, and I think MegaBad will eventually get the tag team titles, but for some reason, I know you're not gonna like this. I think they're gonna have the Triangle of Madness just run AEW right now. I think it's right there. I think the Sisters of Sin. I think they take the tag team belts off of Babes of Wrath, and then I think Statlander might lose the strap match. She might.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. Like I like Thekla. I think I liked her a lot more when she first got there, and I'm a big Sky Blue fan. And Julia Hart, like, I don't not like her. So if Julia Hart can be the conduit to get Sky Blue a title, I'm fine with that. So I wouldn't be mad at the Sisters of Sin like running the division for the next. But I just don't see Thekla going into All In as the champion. Like that's not big enough for me.
I didn't even think about that fact. I don't see her doing it. I think she'd be like a transitional type of champion. But now that you think, because Mercedes definitely is either going into All In champion or winning it at All In. And I don't know. I don't see it Statlander lasting that long all the way into then. So maybe you do a baby face. But what baby faces besides Tony are hot right now? Oh, you also got Willow there, but she's got the TBS champion. I think Willow would be definitely a good babyface champion. But I don't know. They kind of got like a lot of tag teams right now. AEW kind of like WWE because your girls, the Brawling Birds. What do you think about them?
The Brawling Birds, is that the name of Jamie Hayter and what's her name?
They had a promo on Collision.
Oh, I must have missed that. I watched Collision, but I guess I missed that.
Yeah, some slimy dude came and tried to hit on them at the bar. They beat the shit out of him, and then they put the Brawling Birds graphic up.
I'm gonna have to go check that out. I didn't see that when I watched Collision. What is this?
Yeah, it was dope. So,
just got coffee delivered, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that the coffee's so hot that Thanos collected all the Infinity Stones.
Infinity Stones, yeah. But yeah, I mean, what happened with the vendetta with our girl Taya Valkyrie and Deanna Purrazzo? What happened to them?
They're on ROH now. Deanna's like the pure champion, the pure women's champion.
I wish ROH would just put it on Max. It's right there. Like nobody has fucking Honor Club, but I know I have my site. But you want more people to watch it? I'll click on the site every now and then just to see what's going on over there.
I hate
you find some matches. Go ahead.
I hate it for people like Red Velvet and Athena that are just stuck there and they're doing really good work now.
Exactly, and like what Shane Taylor Promotions, the Infantry, and all those guys. Like, you got the platforms to put it on, and you just choose to be on Honor Club. Whatever. Yeah. I digress. But yeah, I mean, got some good stuff going on in the women's division. I'm curious how they tie everything together going to All In because, like we said, I feel like a broken record. Stats putting on good matches, but the character ain't there, man.
It means nothing. You can put on all the good matches you want, but like it means zero. She called herself Strap Daddy on Collision, and the first thing
I already know where you're going with this one.
I almost said what I thought, but I don't think that's what you were going for when you have to think these things out, right? Like people are perverts. I'm people. That's the way people's mind works. Like you got to do better.
But I think she was thirst trapping on purpose, kind of like what Rhea does. She knew it, like how that sounds.
Yeah.
You did an accident. But yeah, man.
MJF took on another what'd you call it?
Contenders, title eliminator,
Another eliminator match. MJF took on Big Brody King. Ooh. Got his ass whooped.
I mean, when I was looking at the time, I'm like, it's getting close to the end of the show. Like, what's going on with this? And then lo and behold, Hangman's music hits, distracted, because they rang the bell. Then Hangman's interest hits, distracted MJF, choked out, putting that power bomb thing that he does, and it was 1, 2, 3. I loved it, man, just because you weren't expecting it. Like we said, we like how all of these people want the belt. It's the world title. And now you elevated Brody King to like he's a serious contender, even though he's probably not going to win in Australia.
No,
99% chance. But he's up there. Like you can put him in that slot if you're in between a pay-per-view and you need somebody to contend. So I liked it.
I'm a big fan, and we've talked about this already. I'm a big fan of everybody being like, I want the fucking title. Like just because you got a title shot doesn't mean I can't say that I want the title. Just because you won the Royal Rumble doesn't mean I can't be like, okay, well, before we get to WrestleMania, I want a shot at the title like Finn Balor's going to do, right? I like that. The whole point of being in wrestling is to be the best. So why are you waiting your turn? Fuck all that. Like, if I can cut the line by getting this eliminator win, choking this nigga out and pinning him, let's get it. So I'm a big fan of that.
I think no. Okay, so it's not this. It's next Saturday. It's going to be the open. Hold up, am I mad? Yeah, because it's going to be on Valentine's Day where they're doing Grand Slam. So
this coming Saturday.
Yeah, so I guess we could, we don't have to give official predictions, but I think you got Andrade and Hangman. Who you think will win out of that?
The way it's going, Andrade is going to win. He's
really?
already beat Swerve and Kenny Omega.
Really? So you think it's going to be Andrade, MJF at Revolution? Because that's the winner goes to Revolution.
Yeah.
You don't think? I think I wouldn't be mad if they ran back Hangman and MJF because then Hangman beat him at All Out.
I wouldn't be mad if they went out of the box and put Andrade in the fucking title match.
How do you think that would work, heel versus heel, going into Revolution in the main event?
I don't know, but I know Andrade would have all the hoes in the front row.
You like that gimmick that he's done?
Is that not like the best gimmick you can have? Imagine going to work and being like, I got an idea for my character. Let's just get a bunch of hot indie wrestlers and put them in the front row and I get to hit on them. I don't know if you remember this, but the what was their names? They're in WWE. They're Hispanic wrestlers. They were a tag team. They used to come out.
Shining Stars, Primo and Epico?
No, they used to come out. Fuck, I can't think of either one of their names.
What era was it?
It's like a year and a half, 2 years ago. They're still in wrestling right now. They were with Zelina Vega during. They were with Zelina Vega and Andrade during the pandemic.
Spanish wrestlers?
Yeah. I can't think of either one of their fucking names right now. Son of a bitch.
And they were a tag team?
They're a tag team right now. They come out, they have like paint on their chests. Like
you talking about Humberto Carrillo and
yeah. Humberto and the other cat. They used to do a gimmick where they'd come out and they'd have Ashley D'Amboise, who's been on the show before. She was one of the girls. They would come out and like kiss them on the cheek.
Yeah, I remember that. They were Los Lotharios, but I can't remember the other dude's name. They're family.
Angel Garza?
Yeah, Angel Garza. Yep.
We
Angel
got there
Garza.
eventually. But yeah, I mean, what a gimmick, right? Like, I don't come out and just have hot indie women wrestlers being there, and I get to flirt with them and kiss them and take pictures of them. Like, that's what you
Yeah,
want your
because they
gimmick to be? Like, hell yeah, that's what I want my gimmick to be.
are they. Side note, are they still in the? Because they put him with what's it called? They were with the LWO, and then they switched over, and he got his group back. Legado fell. They were Legado
Phantasmo,
Phantasm.
yeah.
Yeah, they put those. They put them in Legado del Phasma, and
I don't know if they're still there or not. But I don't know. I like Andrade's gimmick. Andrade's so good in the ring. He's always been good in the ring. Andrade in the ring is what WWE wanted fucking Alberto Del Rio to be. And they tried to make Alberto Del Rio. The fact they gave this motherfucker the world title is crazy to me. But
didn't they
Andrade,
give
like,
didn't they give it? I didn't mean to interrupt you. Didn't they give it to him several times,
yeah,
Alberto?
he's like a 2 or 3 time WWE champion.
And then they give him the big gold too, the world champion.
Yeah, but he got the important one. He got the WWE title. They
That's
didn't even give that
crazy.
shit to Mark Henry, and they gave it to him. But Andrade, man, it may not be box office, right? It may not sell the tickets that you want to sell as a world title program, but you're gonna have so much other stuff on that show. And then when you get to the main event, you get to Andrade versus MJF. Like, this shit's gonna slap.
Over in LA, so you could, like you said, you could get more hot women in the front crowd. Um, I guess I'm wrong. I mean, it's still a lot to be seen in the future. Like he just got back, but I thought he was just one of those curmudgeons that were just perpetually in the mid card, and they're starting to put him in the main event scene. So I guess I'm kind of wrong so far. I'm a little shocked. You think that when he was negotiating his contract, he was like, asked them like, Tony, like, am I gonna actually get a chance to be in the main car scene? You think he kind of negotiated that out before he signed?
Um, I don't know if Andrade has the power because he's came and went so many times. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, where else you gonna go? You can't go back to WWE. You ain't got no fucking stroke here. You do what we tell you to do. And then he comes in and he fucking has really good matches. He's getting a good reaction. People were loving the gimmick online, at least, of the women being there. So he's found a way to get himself over.
It's
I've always
yeah.
liked Andrade, man. I don't know what it is about him. I've always been fascinated with him, and I've always wanted him to do more. But I've never seen him as like the guy. But when he comes on my TV, I don't change the channel or go do anything else. Like, I always end up watching him.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. No, you've convinced me. Switch it up. Have him go at Revolution, but then what does that do for Hangman? He's a trios champion right now, but him losing, doesn't that take him back a peg?
And you could put Hangman, Omega, and Swerve in a triple threat match, and the winner goes to the next pay per view to fight the champion.
Well, yeah, you could do that because the next pay per view is like not a big like one of your big four. It's Dynasty, so yeah. I want to see Swerve in MJF though. A Dynasty if they do that.
Dynasty
People,
Swerve's event.
yeah, that's where he won the championship. I was there in person. I don't see this. People are saying that they're seeing like little hints of Swerve being healed. Have I missed anything when I'm watching?
He's
Have you
definitely
seen
the
that?
angry black man on TV.
Really? What did he do or say? Because sometimes I'm
Just
multitasking while watching.
like when Omega came out and he's like, "Oh, I'm cool with Hangman," and they're all out there, and Swerve is just like scowling at him and pissed off about the whole thing. Like, he's always mad at everybody. I wouldn't
Hmm.
call it heelish. I'd call it curmudgeon. Like, he's like, I guess I could see it being a little heelish. He is kind of heelish. Swerve is. He's very aggressive and he's very like violent when like he crosses the line a lot. Like, you could beat somebody, but Swerve's like, no, I want to beat the fuck out of him. And that is kind of that is kind of heelish. Like, you already got the guy. He's the type of motherfucker that he'd hit his finishing move and go to pin him, and when the ref gets to 2, he pick the head up off the ground and then beat him up some more. That's the type of shit Swerve's on right now. which I kind of like, but it is a little heelish.
Yeah. I like the fact that they've been like keeping your stars hot, because we've seen time and time again this company's around for 7 years now that you lose and you just disappear off TV and nowhere to be found. So whoever Tony's been consulting with has done a better job of keeping people relevant, even though they not have the world title, because that's an art to do something where you could keep somebody relevant but not in the world title scene. So I like that. Um, Kenny, hopefully Kenny can stay healthy. He's always been a stalwart in the company. And then, did you see, I think it was on Collision, or was it on Dynamite, where they're teasing Osprey? Did you see that promo?
I saw, is it Public Enemy's podcast that does all the funny shit on Twitter? They posted a clip of the Goblin, the Green Goblin from Spider-Man, when his fucking gear was talking to him. They said this is this is Osprey when he found out that AJ Styles was done with WWE and might go on and run somewhere else. Osprey saw AJ Styles was coming back. All of a sudden, that motherfucker's neck improved by 50% that day. He was like, "Let's fucking go." I saw he tweeted that he's still injured, but he's progressing. But I'm like you. Like, why would they start posting vignettes of him if he's not coming back anytime soon? If he's still got 6 months left before he comes back, why are you posting vignettes now? Like, let us forget about him and let his fucking music hit.
Yeah, I like surprises more so vignettes, but I don't mind vignettes for him just because he's in the company. But either way, like you said, I'm a bigger fan of just letting it hit. But I don't know the extent of his injury, because neck injury is nothing to play with. But just levels, it could be like Big E, or sometimes you just got to go in there and get some stuff cleaned out. And even though you want to be cautious, maybe that's what he's going through. He had to get a few things cleaned up. You want to be cautious because you're playing with the neck. But maybe he does pop up at a Double or Nothing.
I feel like when he does come back, though, his style's going to have to change a little bit, which could be a good thing. I think Osprey's good enough to where he could do more of a ground and pound style than the flippy dippy style and still make it look good. He put on some weight before he left. I think coming back, he'll probably look a little bit different. He may be like a heavyweight now. Like, do you imagine Osprey putting on more muscle and being like more of a beat your motherfucking ass guy than a jump around the ring guy? I don't know. I know that's what people love about him, but I think he's good enough to where he could change his style up completely and still be really fucking good at it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't around a lot during Danielson's first run before he came back. He tagged with, went against, who did he tag with at that WrestleMania? Shane McMahon? Or he went against Shane McMahon.
Yeah,
it was weird.
That was a whole thing where Shane was like the GM and he was Shane's little bitch or something like that.
Either way, he came back in like 2018, but I wasn't around for really a lot of his first run. Did he start wrestling differently when he came back from his injury?
Nah, he kept it the same. He still did all the shit that he normally did.
That wasn't very smart of him. Now he's pretty much done. I'm trying to think of
there
somebody.
There you go. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin was a fucking technician, man. When he was stunning Steve Austin, like, he'd jump off the top rope. He'd do all kind of shit. When I used to watch WCW in the 90s. And then when Owen Hart dropped him on his head and he came back, he turned into a brawler. He would literally just punch and kick you the whole fucking match. But he had you loving him so fucking much, you didn't even care what the match was like. Like, some Stone Cold matches were awful. Like, it was just punching and kicking.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I was on my break at work and I have my fire stick set up on one of the monitors so when I could watch during my lunch break, and I threw on the IPTV and it had a WWE channel on, and it had WrestleMania 15 on, him and the Rock. And I guess when I was a kid, I thought the match was a little bit better than it was. They were just, like you said, it was just a bunch of punching and kicking. That wasn't their best match out of the trilogy.
No, it definitely wasn't.
Punching and kicking.
To me, the best match out of the trilogy was 19, and not just because I'm a Rock guy and Rock won that one, but I thought there was more story in that one. The one at 17, if he wouldn't have turned, the heel turn took like 10 minutes. Like the last 10 minutes of the match, he turned heel. Like they just basically beat the fuck out of The Rock with a chair for 10 minutes until finally he didn't kick out again. Before that, that match was phenomenal. But I thought the match at 19 is really fucking underrated. I think the video package from 19 is underrated. Like everybody talks about that 17 video package with Limp Bizkit. The WrestleMania 19 video package with them, with all their history going into it, is really fucking good. Like, I watched that video package and I end up having to watch that match again.
What song did they have playing, if you remember? I can't remember that one going into 19.
I'm
Was
a
it
crack
rock or
addict.
rap? Oh, yeah, I'm
I'm a
addicted to
crack
crack.
addict.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Limp Bizkit. That song was underrated too. I'm a crack addict. I'm addicted to crack when punk start static. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that now.
that's a good fucking video. I want to go watch it now. When we get over here, I gotta go watch that fucking hype video for it. That's a good video. Way back to what we were originally talking about. I'm thinking Andrade wins and he gets the shot at Revolution.
I'm here for it. Yeah, I mean, this is the time where, as they should, WWE has a lot of eyes because you're going into WrestleMania season, and AEW's doing a good job of, we got shit going on over here, so I'm here for it.
Another thing that happened in AEW this week was your boy Ricochet. It wasn't in AEW. It was actually online or in an interview that he did. He said what did he say? He felt like he lost his love for wrestling when he got called up to the main roster, and people just shit all over it. And I'm like, how can you tell this man how he's supposed to feel about his job?
I know, right? I mean, how did you feel when you saw all this? Because like you said, there's a lot of backlash online because, the tribalism. I can't stand the tribalism. It's almost as bad as politics. Wrestling tribalism, go figure. Yeah. But he was just telling his truth. And if you look at it, he did like a 5-year on the main roster. How do you feel about his whole run on the main roster?
I thought his run on the main roster was nowhere near where it was on NXT. And I thought his run on the indies before he got to NXT was phenomenal. I knew about him, and I don't watch a lot of indie stuff. And I would see his shit all the time. And then when he got to the main roster, the biggest thing he did was he kicked Brock in the nuts so Drew could eliminate him at Royal Rumble. That was his claim to fame on the main roster. He didn't do shit else really. He won a couple Intercontinental titles here and there, but for the most part, I was gonna call him a spot monkey, but I don't want to say that because he's black. For the most part, he was just a spot guy. And now he gets to AEW and they let him have personality. I fucking love Ricochet in AEW right now. He's way better than anything he ever did in WWE. He gets to express himself. He gets to do whatever. So I don't know how people can be mad at him for saying I lost the love of the game when I was in WWE. I was just collecting a check. Everybody's dream is to go to WWE. And for some people, when you get there, the shit doesn't work out the way you thought it would.
Yeah. And he said, this was on the Mark Hoke show. I never heard of this. He said, the Ricochet I am now is the same Ricochet I was on the independent scene in Japan. The things that got me popular and being when he was hired to NXT, doing specific things. And he, like you said, he feel like WWE, when he's on the main roster, just took the love out of the game. And saying that, to look at things on a grander scale, do you think this maybe halt some people that are kind of in his situation from maybe signing to WWE when they're looking at the bigger scheme of things?
I don't think so, because at the end of the day, WWE is still WWE, right? That's the holy grail of wrestling. You don't know until you get there, right? At my job, I have people that say, stay away from that guy. He's a piece of shit. You don't want to get involved with him, blah, blah, blah. And I'm the type of person, I can't take what you say, your judgment of somebody else's character, and make that my judgment of him. I have to see for myself. So if I'm a wrestler and WWE comes calling, And Ricochet says, man, when I was there, they fucked me over. That was you. For whatever reason your situation was, that was you. I have to go see for myself because at the end of the day, WWE is the end all be all. I may not like it. I may sign a 3-5 year contract and then at the end of it be done with it. But I don't think people are going to stop going to WWE. And we're Cowboys fans. Who's going to not go play for the Cowboys? When everybody leaves, they're like, man, there's a fucking circus down there. But when them numbers come and Jerry Jones sends that fucking contract over there, people sign it because the Cowboys are the Cowboys. You have to find out for yourself.
Yeah, that's true. But all of, what I may not agree with him, he was kind of speaking for because he mentioned Sammy and Nakamura and Finn, how like they kind of watered down versions of themselves as well. Like you can't speak for other people, but
Yeah.
I mean, looking at it, you know, it's kind of true. You still can't really say that out loud, but how do you feel about that part of it?
I, I, I agree with you that you can't speak for other people. And though he may be right, they are kind of watered down versions of each other. They probably never made as much money as they're making now. So are they happy? Like at the end of the day, it's a job. And the job is to make as much money as possible. Yeah, you might not get the titles and the WrestleMania moments and all that shit you dreamed of. But outside of work, like you're able to afford things that you've never been able to afford before.
True, but I don't know because I'm not in the industry in the business. You want to be the best that you can if you feel like you could be the best. But like you said, if you're making money, like what does it matter? So like people were so happy when Triple H took over. Now all my indie stars are gonna get their title run, but at the end of the day, they're still owned by a big corporation, and they look at metrics and numbers, and they see Roman Reigns, he's making money every time he comes back, and I guess the book is still out on Cody, but even Punk's a known name. So do you think there still is that glass ceiling even under Triple H?
Definitely. I mean, they're only going to let you get so high. WWE's not going to. WWE wants you to come see WWE. They don't want you to come see The Rock. They don't want you to come see Stone Cold like it was back in the day. They want you to come see the brand. So there's a ceiling and a cap that they're going to put on all their wrestlers to where they can't get as big as they want to possibly get. To where if they walk away, WWE loses money. That's not what they want. They're a business now. You're here for the brand now.
I guess you can't blame them, but another TKO product that does that too, but I don't think they should do it. Is UFC's kind of done that too. They took away everybody's individual uniforms and trunks. Now everybody has one uniform.
Yep.
I think they saw how big Conor McGregor got, and he just does what he wants. They're like, we're not doing this shit anymore.
Right.
Everybody, no more sponsors, and everybody wears the same outfit. You know, they let everybody say anything on social media, but other than that, everybody, if you speak against the boss, you get put back in your place, and like you said, they got that cap. So maybe it's just a TKO thing. Like,
well, I think WWE learned that when Stone Cold walked out years ago, when he was the biggest star, and he just fucking left, and it put them in a bind where they had to fucking pay a shitload of money to get The Rock to come back out of Hollywood because the Rock was gone when Stone Cold walked out, and they had to pay him a shitload of money to come back early, and they're like, fuck, man, like this is awful, like. We can't keep having our stars be able to call the shots like this. So the closest thing you got now is Roman, but hell, he ain't there half the time.
yeah. So I mean, I get why they're doing it, but at the end of the day, it kind of hurts the product a little bit because you don't want to be predictable. You want to be more visible, and I'm kind of conflating the UFC thing and the WWE thing because the UFC is hurting for stars and the numbers have gone down because you don't have that one star. And like you said, Roman is there, kind of not there. You kind of want to build other people, but like you said, they don't want to see them walk away with that power. So it's kind of like a balancing act, right?
Yep.
But I mean, like you said, this is the most interesting Ricochet's been, so he does have a point. But I think at the end of the day, if it's your dream to work at WWE, you're gonna go regardless, even if you got a ceiling, so you kind of signed up for that. So at the end of the day, it's your choice of what you want to do.
Speaking of WWE, since we've been talking about it so much, let's go on over to WWE. Not a lot to hit on, but Smackdown was a lot. We already talked about Raw earlier this week, so Smackdown's really the only big WWE thing we got. And I do want to say shout out to my guy Jimmy Barlow. Sent me a couple videos. He and his son went to Smackdown in Charlotte, and I posted one of the videos on TikTok that went kind of crazy for our views and shit like that. But shout out to Jimmy. Appreciate him. He was there. He was texting me, and I said, yeah, I think Liv Morgan's going to be there. He's like, I'll see if I can get you a video. I'm like, see, it's kind of friends I need in my life. You know what I mean? I didn't even have to ask for it. But yeah, Jim and his son had a good time. His son Bentley, that was fun. Liv was on SmackDown. She came out talking shit. I was watching this segment, and like, you're like a proud family member when you see stuff sometimes. I looked at her and I was just like, man, she is so like comfortable with her character. I was on the elliptical the other day and I was watching Money in the Bank when she won it a couple years ago. And I didn't remember that she was going to win that one. I just put on a random Money in the Bank women's match. She made her entrance, EJ. She's crying during her entrance. And I'm like, oh, this must be the one she wins. And of course it is the one she wins. And then she goes on to beat Ronda Rousey. She was in no control of her emotions. She was in no control of her character back then. She's got this shit locked down now. Her in-ring work is way better. Like, she's become a really good women's wrestler that if you'd have told me this back during the Riot Squad days, like, I would have never fucking thought that.
Yeah. Just to reiterate what you said on the show, like, kind of came from nothing to something. I was listening to an interview she did this past week. It was on a Masked Man show, The Ringer. And she's got like a rink set up at her farm that she owns. She says she lives close to JoJo Offerman, and sometimes she comes around and rolls around a little bit. She got a wrestling dummy, so maybe that's helped her a lot as far as like the in-ring stuff. And like you said, she controls her emotions. She got that character down pat. So I'm curious to see if they swerve us though. Would they swerve us and have her go with a Jade? I don't think so, but still gotta
Man,
put that.
I thought that, and then I saw Jade and her standing face to face. There ain't no damn way. Jade's gonna have to fight Bianca.
They say I'm hearing whispers that her injury might still be lingering around. Like
It's
something
been
with the
a
knuckle.
year.
She fought at Mania, so not quite a year, but almost a year. So I don't know. They're saying there's something going on that it might have not healed with the knuckle, and I hadn't heard. Maybe they're just gonna have her pop up at the Chamber, but I haven't heard anything about her coming back. Everybody thought it was gonna be at the Rumble, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with Jordan Grace right now. They're like teasing her and Jade.
Oh, they're
Are they
fighting
gonna
next. They fight next week for the title.
So this is just like a stopgap. I don't see Jordan winning. I don't know. I'm just confused right now, and because they're setting up the women's chamber and who's gonna get a shot. If it's not Bianca, then who challenges Jade? Because I don't, like you said, I don't think it's gonna be Liv.
Maybe a multi-women's match.
Ugh, not a fan. Not for the women's championship. You have with the IC or US title. 101. But I don't know. It's like Bianca or bust at this point. And
But are you gonna have
what do
Bianca
you?
win the Elimination Chamber 2 years in a row? I mean, Cody won the Rumble 2 years in a row, so I guess why not?
Yeah, that's the chamber. Like, who really cares like that? But I'm confused on the whole Raquel factor because she took the pin in this tag team match. They're showing like cracks in the armor with the Judgment Day. I just don't see where. I feel like she's factoring somehow, but I don't know when.
They were about to get to it too before Jade came out. Raquel snatched the mic from Liv and was like, "No, bitch, we got some shit to talk about." And then Jade's music hit. As far as who wrestles Jade, I'm not I'm not a fan of this woman, and for me to be a proponent of this match, but just on paper and the look of how this would look before the bell rings, I wouldn't mind seeing Rhea and Jade.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Charlotte. I was gonna say,
No, no.
I was gonna be, I was gonna be like, Chris.
Oh my God, that might be where they go.
Is she in one of the qualifying matches?
I don't even know who's in all the qualifying matches yet. I know Tiffy fucking qualified already, which I'm not a fan of. She looked like ass this week.
In what sense?
If you watch the match, she fucked up a lot. Like, Tiffany was
Yeah.
that match was not good with her. Like, she fucked up a lot. The fact that she won pissed me off.
Man, it goes to show you how distracted I was during SmackDown. I watched SmackDown, but I don't remember really a lot from that match. I think I was multitasking. So, I believe you. I don't know. Who was in that triple threat?
Her, Chelsea, and Lash Legend.
Well, you can kind of see why. No disrespect to. I feel like Chelsea is kind of underrated in the ring,
She
but
really is.
Lash is still getting there, so I can see why. But I feel like I hadn't watched the Unreal, but apparently Michael Hayes or was talking shit about Chelsea having a glass ceiling.
Yeah.
From what I heard on a podcast, like I would like to see Chelsea get like a transitional world title run. Like she's got the chops.
She's over.
She could go in the ring. Like why are they putting a ceiling on her?
She's just like her husband. She fucking got over on her own, and they're like, no, like we didn't pay for this. We didn't get you over. You got over on your own. We're gonna let you get just close enough, and then pull it back, just like Zack Ryder back in the day.
Disgusting. Well, she'd be perfect for winning the Money in the Bank, but they'll probably put it on somebody who they have chosen in the back. So whatever. She's like the woman LA Knight.
Seafluid in the chat says the main roster is booking Lash all wrong. I'll disagree. I think Lash should have won that match this week, but I think her in the Royal Rumble and the way she's been booked up into last week, I think they've been phenomenal with her.
Yeah, I feel like she's in a good place. She's not the muscle for Nia, but they're like the Twin Towers. She eliminated a lot of people in the Rumble. Yeah, the nitpick, she probably should have won the match in the chamber, but
She didn't take the
so
pin
far,
though.
yeah, she didn't take the pin. So far so good. She came around Survivor Series time, right, to the main roster, right
Hmm.
around that time. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a slow burn with her. You know, she's still got some things to work out in the ring. She's not all the way there, so give it time.
Yeah. Your boy Cody was out there, and apparently during Black History Month said they call him Raheem because he's got a big dick. EJ. Um,
But I hated this shit. Like, it's a good stereotype, but why like we're just these sexual creatures that sling around big Johnsons and in Black History Month. Like, I hated it. I hated it. I don't know how you feel about it.
Cody
I
can't help himself, man. He can't. He can't help himself. He always has to say something stupid to get himself out there, and that was a stupid thing to say. I don't know. I will say this though. I enjoyed him not being out there in a suit and being in a like Cody in a t-shirt and fucking sweats, ready to fight. Let's go.
He does it from time to time when he's like getting these serious modes, the rah-rah modes. He'll come out there in his track suits and whatnot. He needs to do it more often, I think. The suits, are pretentious a little bit. But yeah, it's good to see him have some fire. Both people, when Drew came out, he got distracted twice. Well, he got
Drew got his ass
interrupted twice.
whooped. He got his ass whooped all night.
And then he came out a third time. How did you feel about Drew kind of defending Roman and CM Punk dogging him on Raw? I feel like it's a little awkward. It's like a little forced.
I feel like he needed to because, well, technically he didn't So he did acknowledge the fact that Roman didn't shit on him. Because Roman was like, Drew's fucking 3 times your size. He'll beat your ass. Like, don't say he's an easy win. So Drew did acknowledge that. He said one guy like talks trash about me, then the other guy defends me and brings up points. But then he said you disrespected my show, which I do think it was a little disrespectful. Roman and Punk like shitting on the title and shitting on Smackdown. Like, that is the title with all the lineage in it. And just because y'all are fighting for this one doesn't make that one bigger than... But it's like we've looked at the world title as a secondary title for so long that this is their way of trying to get it on par with the WWE title. So I can kind of see what they're doing. But at the same time, if you got Roman Reigns versus CM Punk fighting for that title, it's already big now. It's already no longer a secondary title.
That's true. That's true. Why did Dusty have to catch strays though? He's naming all these champions and not Dusty.
It's just a shot at Cody because Cody jumped him earlier. That's just
I
petty
know,
Drew. I love petty Drew.
I thought it was funny though. But where are they going?
My dog said The Rock, not Dusty.
Where are they going? Because I hear whispers it's just gonna be straight up Drew and Cody, which I wouldn't like. I wouldn't mind a triple threat match, but I don't see how you get there. The only thing I can think in my mind is, which would be a little corny, double pin at the Chamber.
I don't want to see Cody in a title match.
Cause you just want to see Jacob and Drew.
I don't know if I want to see Jacob and Drew or not. I want to see Drew as a champion in a one-on-one match, but I don't want it to be Cody.
Let's see if it's not Jacob and Drew or Drake or Drew and Cody.
That's why Triple H gets paid so much money. He's supposed to be the best booker in the world. He can figure that shit out.
Oh, you were just gonna at least give us like something that you would get up for. You don't even have a clue.
I just don't want to see them. Give me Drew and Oba. Or Drew and Trick. Give me Drew and Trick.
Give me Drew and Trick. I just think Oba's too much. First of all, I think Oba's gonna be on Raw. I might be wrong. Second of all, like, Oba's such a monster. I don't want to see that because he probably won't beat Drew unless you're just gonna just give him the ball. So I think Trick could take a loss. So I wouldn't mind tricking Drew fighting at Mania, even though they're both heels. I think you got to do Oba and Brock. Just let Oba beat Brock.
Yeah, I do think that's where they're going with Oba, at least by the way the Royal Rumble was going. I wouldn't mind Drew and Trick. I wouldn't be mad at Drew and Randy Orton.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say, why not Drew and Randy Orton?
Yeah, I'm over Cody being in the title picture at WrestleMania. It's been 4 years now. Like, get out of the way, dude. Roman got out of the way. You get out of the way.
But he is like, when Roman's not around, they're trying to position Cody as the face of the company. So putting him in the title picture makes sense. Even though I don't think it would be the main event. Like, having him in the main event will be overkill, but how much of, annoyed would you be if he was just in the title match and it opens the show? That would annoy you?
Yeah, I don't want to see him in a title match, but I also feel like Drew versus Randy is a really good match, but it could also make way for the women the main event one night of WrestleMania. Like, I need them to get back to, you got 2 Royal Rumble winners now, and you have 2 nights of WrestleMania. I think both winners of Royal Rumble should main event both nights of WrestleMania. And that's just the way it should be.
I get what you're saying, but when you got The Rock, he can't not main event. But other years, you could have done that. Like, the Usos didn't have the main event. That one year they main event.
Yeah, but you had Charlotte, and it wasn't a... So, I'm contradicting my own self now. But I think when the Usos did it, they had the biggest story in wrestling going in. The Usos and Roman, the Bloodline. So it needed 2 nights. Like, you can't put Charlotte and... who did she fight? Rhea? Was it Rhea she fought?
I can't remember.
It wasn't even... Exactly. It wasn't even a good story. This was a 2-year story between Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and the Usos and the Bloodline. So I get every now and then there's something, but just make it a thing where if you win the Royal Rumble, you're the main event of WrestleMania. Like the fact that Jey Uso was the first music you heard last year on day one is crazy to me after winning the Royal Rumble.
Have mixed emotions because I was on the same page as you because for some reason I forgot that John Cena didn't win the Rumble. He won the Chamber. Well, you should have just reversed it then. Had Cena win the Rumble, had Jay win the Chamber if you were gonna go that route. Because like you said, they should be main eventing Mania. I think that's the year to do it. You didn't have to have Roman, Punk, and they could have kicked off the show and
They
had
could
the
have opened
woman.
the show.
Yeah, they could have opened the show and you had the woman main event. Well, yeah, that perfect would have been because Rhea, Bianca, and Io, that could have definitely main evented
Oh
one of
yeah,
those nights.
they could have did Saturday night because that shit was phenomenal. Speaking of Jey Uso, real quick, I listened to his interview on Cody Rhodes' podcast this past week, and Cody asked him about WWE Unreal, and he said, "When you see Triple H saying he's gonna strap the rocket ship to you, how do you think that made you feel?" And Jay gave an answer that I completely fucking respected and agreed with. He said, "I feel like he didn't do it."
What podcast was this?
This was on Cody Rhodes' podcast. What do you want to talk about?
Oh wow.
A WWE
And
podcast. He said, "How do you feel about Triple H saying he's going to strap the rocket to you on Unreal?" He said, "I feel like he didn't. I feel like my time as champion like came and went and it was over with before I knew it." And I was like, damn.
I'm surprised he said that on the WWE podcast, even though it's true. I know they give him a longer leash than Vince would, but I don't know. If he didn't get that cleared, then that was bold of him to say. Because he definitely ain't gonna get the rocket. Now, if Triple H, Triple H is petty, but he's not wrong. But did you ever expect them to give the rocket to him? I feel like he was the underdog story, and we've seen it before with like a Mankind and a Daniel Bryan, and at
Yeah,
least you got
but
the world title, but they're not gonna strap the rocket to you like that.
man, Daniel Bryan is such a good comparison you just said because he was so over and everybody wanted him to be a champion. He got that belt at WrestleMania and his title reign was absolute dog shit.
So we've seen instances of it earlier. So why did people think it would be different for Jay?
Seaflow in the chat says Jay held the title less than Kofi did, and I think Kofi's a good comparison too. I think he should at least went to SummerSlam.
Yeah, Jay has definitely exceeded expectations that I've had on him. I thought he might have stayed in the tag team pocket. He kind of reinvented himself as the right hand man and whatnot. But I don't know. I've said this before and I stick to it. I still think Jimmy's a better promo. And Jimmy just didn't seize the opportunity. He was injured a lot. And Jay got the yeet. And shout out to Jay for, capitalizing on his popularity. But I
I
don't know.
I think Jay has a better personality, like overall, a better wrestling personality. Like Jimmy's charismatic and he's funny on the mic and the whole nine, and he may be able to cut a better promo. I know a lot of people say that, not just you. I don't know if I agree with it or not because I think Jay's cut some really good promos too, but he talks way more than Jimmy. So there's more room for criticism during his promos because you don't really hear a lot from Jimmy. But I think Jay's story, and I've said this before, the Bloodline story is not about Roman. It's about Jey Uso. Like, the Bloodline story started with Jey Uso. There was no Bloodline without him and Roman doing their thing. And they both, like, morphed into these different characters. And he went from being a tag team twin to fucking main event Jey Uso. Roman was always the guy. He changed his personality up a little bit, but I still go back to I think Jay should have been the one to beat Roman. And after Cody beat him and had that shit of a run, I'm still not convinced that I wasn't. But after seeing Jay get the world title on Raw and seeing how they booked him, like, who knows what they would have did after that. So
I don't know, man. I think they probably, now looking back at it, it wouldn't have been mad that Jay took it off Roman, but not if they would have done like what they did with the world title if he
Yeah.
got it off Roman, because that would have been shit.
Seaflu in the chat asks a really good question. He says, "What is or was more over, the yeet chant or the yes chant?"
That's good. I don't know because I wasn't really around during the yes, so you'd have to answer that, Rucker.
The yes chant, it's hard to say. I think the yes chant went more mainstream than the yeet chant did. Although I see like softball players in the NCAA and baseball players in the MLB will get a hit and they'll get on base and do the
NBA.
yeet thing.
I think they did it at an NBA game with the Sixers, I want to say.
But the yes chant was in all the sports. Like the whole crowds in sports would be doing the yes chant when shit would happen back then. The yes chant was a big fucking thing for. I would say this. I think the yeet chant, yes chant is still around, but I think the yeet chant with the person that created it had more longevity than the yes chant did. Like, again, I was watching Money in the Bank things the other day on the elliptical, and this was 3 years ago. I was like, damn, I didn't realize Jay was doing the yeet chant 3 years ago. Like, he's got legs at it. He's ran this shit into the ground.
Yeah, I mean, when they lost the belts to KO and Sammy, that was 2023. So it's been about 3 years. I'm going with the Yeet stuff. And Daniel Bryan, what was he won it at the 2014 Mania? And wasn't he injured 2015?
Yeah, he was out of there for like 6 months. He had to relinquish the title and leave.
So yeah, like you said, it's had longer legs, but I think I've even saw some, even though I wasn't really had a close eye on wrestling, I saw some yes stuff at sporting events, like you said, back in the day. So yeah, both got big. So yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to quantify it, right?
Yeah, that's a good question though. Let's see. Well, shit, I think we're done with everything. Unless you got something else you want to hear from SmackDown.
Street clothes and yeah.
Oba,
Get on out of here.
Oba killing your boy Kit Wilson.
That was on SmackDown, right?
Yeah,
actual
match.
I was in the kitchen and I heard it, and I got to go back and watch it because I heard it more so than watching it. Yeah, I mean they're building Oba up to be a monster. I'm here for it.
There was a dude in the front row like doing the Oba walk during that, and it was so funny. He was dressed like one of the Usos. He had like long hair. He had the Yeet glasses on. He had a fucking Ula file on. And when Oba won, they had him in the crowd. He was fucking going with it. Yeah, I'm feeling Oba, man. Like I'm here for a good fucking build somebody up as a monster with squash matches. Just let me come out, beat the dog shit out of somebody. That way, when I do go face to face with Brock, it's a big deal. I don't need to sell. Like I sold in the Royal Rumble. I don't need a motherfucker to hit me and me to fall backwards. I need to come out. I need to beat some motherfuckers' asses for a couple months. That way, when Brock hits me and I fall back, it means something. So I hope they are building him up for Brock.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Hopefully he chooses to show. Kind of anticipating to see where he lands, but yeah, strap the rocket to him. He's the type of guy who could skip the mid-card title and go straight for the world championship.
I am very shocked that the crowd's caught on to like chanting his name and shit like that. They're not doing the whoo, but they're just going oh, but like that's different than what was in NXT. But regardless, like he's getting a fucking reaction. They reacted to the lights going out and the shit turning green before his music even hit, EJ.
Yeah. Goes to show you, black wrestlers can sell, man. Like, it's been a lull from a lot of, like, the black and gold to these new NXT call-ups. Like, a lot of them haven't been getting reactions. Trick and Oba, instant reactions. So, yeah, man, give them the ball.
C Fluid says, hopefully WWE books Brock to put over Oba. I don't see how they could not have Oba beat Brock. Brock's on his way out, man. If you have Brock and Oba at WrestleMania and Brock wins, like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
It's like
that don't make sense.
it's like what I said about Oba versus Cody at Saturday night's main event. You had a chance to make a guy. Now, clearly they didn't fuck it up because he's still over as hell right now. But if you have Brock just beat him at WrestleMania, like, I'm gonna pull up on Triple H.
At the very least, if you wanna for some reason keep Brock strong, you just have them brawl in the crowd, both of them double count out, but you can't have Brock
At
beat him.
WrestleMania though? Them tickets high as giraffe pussy, EJ. You gonna give me a double count out?
In the middle of the card, it wouldn't matter. I wouldn't be a fan of it, but in the middle of the card, people won't. People will talk about it for a week and then forget about it. I'm just saying, at the very least, if for some reason they don't want Brock to get pinned, you can't have him beat Oba though. At Mania, that's just what I'm saying. Oba just needs to win cleanly. He not a squash. I've heard some people say he should just squash him. No, it has to be a little bit of struggle with Brock, but overall, Oba go over.
I wouldn't be mad at a Goldberg versus Brock type finish at WrestleMania with Oba. Just have Oba beat his ass.
Yeah, Goldberg squashed Brock at Survivor Series, but they had a little bit of a back and forth at the Mania match.
Right, but I'm saying I want the Survivor Series. Especially if this is Brock's last year. Maybe this is Brock's last match. I'd have Oba just kill him.
I wouldn't be super mad at it, but I think either way, I just want to see Oba beat him.
Yeah.
No matter how they do it.
Let's get the Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week, EJ, before we get up out of here. You got a nomination this week?
So when I was watching Collision, at first I'm like, look at Statlander come out in her dress. I'm like, this might be my Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week. Until I got to the parking lot brawl, and I saw your girl Isla Dawn come out. I'm like, that's my Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week.
You know I like
Shout out
that.
to Isla Dawn.
I didn't see this, and I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. I didn't know she was in the parking lot fighting.
Yeah, shout out to Isla Dawn. She had a very nice outfit.
This was Collision, you say? Let me write this down.
Collision.
Collision.
With the crop top and yeah, shout out to Isla Dawn.
Yeah.
I know Ruckus a fan of her. He's okay in my book, but she won me over with her outfit in the parking lot brawl. I'll just say that.
My Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week this week is Kalani Jordan. I like
Didn't
the
she
hair.
Attack Lola Vice? Didn't she
Yeah.
attack Lola Vice?
Yep. I like the hair she got. I don't know what it is. I always like women with braids in their hair. White, black, Hispanic, whatever. Braid your hair up. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, that was a very vicious thing for her to do, just to attack our girl Lola. Didn't she break her hand?
Broke her hand.
Kayfabe break her hand.
Yeah, she put her hand underneath the ladder and slammed the ladder down on her hand. Lola
So I'm guessing
said.
that probably. Go ahead.
Lola on Twitter. Lola Vice put a picture of her hand. She said, "I can't catch a break," and Kalani said, "Well, use the other hand."
That's funny. Good heel work. I'm guessing they're leaning towards probably having them.
Sorry, Seafluid in the chat says, when y'all said Street Clothes, I was thinking about Anthony Davis in the NBA. That's fucked up.
Oh man. I mean,
Didn't he just get traded while he was hurt?
it's always injured. Yeah, he's with the Wizards. Like,
Is that even?
how you know.
How's that even legal?
There's no rules on when you can get traded, whether you're injured or not.
In the NFL, it is. You can't get traded as an injured player in the NFL.
In the NBA, you can.
That's crazy.
I mean, he's like the Grant Hill and the Derrick Rose is like. I know he's got a championship, but he could have probably been like all-time great if it wasn't for all those damn injuries.
You said Derrick Rose, and that reminds me, I saw a meme that said, God messed up and gave Meg Thee Stallion the knees she should have gave Derrick Rose.
It's this the online thing with Megan Needs. I gotta go back and look at it
Because she's always like twerking and bending down, talking
knees.
about how she can ride dick and shit like that.
Yeah, she does have some strong knees.
Yeah, that's
Shout out to Klay Thompson.
That's a lot of ass she throwing around when she's like that.
shout out to Klay Thompson, man. He coming up with the lineups now that he's with Meg.
Putting it down for us
Right.
light skins. That's right. We back. We back.
Man, missing all his threes. We already know he's already tired from
Hey,
the night
that's
before.
all right. He ain't hitting threes, but he hitting tens, so it's all good.
Exactly. Shout out to Klay Thompson. But yeah, man, I feel like that's where people send for your career to die. You go to the Wizards. They sent Trey, the hometown Atlanta Hawks. They sent Trey Young to not Trey Young. Is that his name? Trey
Yeah,
Young?
Trae Young,
They sent him to the Wizards. Now they send him.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan came back. So, yeah. They sent
My
him.
Knicks,
Probably rap.
my Knicks are on an 8-game winning streak, and they got their ass blew the fuck out by the Pistons the other night. 38-point loss.
Pistons are good. They're the number one seed, and I think the OKC broke the mold of like you always had these young teams with piss and vinegar. You know, the older veterans don't care about the regular season. You have these young teams that are number one. I think the Hawks did that like in 2014, but then they fuck up in the playoffs, and OKC broke the mold. So maybe Detroit could follow in that mode of a young team that actually could win it all.
Let's hope
They're
not.
killing it.
Let's hope the Knicks win it all.
Not for your Knicks' sake. But what happened with Giannis? He didn't get traded before the deadline.
Is the deadline
That's
over?
crazy. Yeah, I think it was
Oh.
yesterday or Friday. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I thought he was going to
would've
New
been in
York. I thought it was a done deal, but I guess not. Man, All-Star Weekend's coming up too, right? Isn't All-Star Weekend usually Valentine's weekend?
there. Next weekend. This is the time where my NBA, I'm really hyper focused now that after the Super Bowl, right in the All-Star. That's when I get locked in. So
Yep.
NBA season.
Well, shit, EJ, if you ain't got anything else, man, we'll get up out of here.
Yeah, man, we're back at our regular scheduled time. So that's where we'll be at for the foreseeable future.
I still got Seattle today, like I said earlier. I think it's Seattle. I think it's a rout. I think they're just gonna beat the dog shit out of New England. I'm here for the commercials. I can't wait to see Bad Bunny. And you think he's gonna have some women on stage with him?
Of course. All you curmudgeons complaining, he's gonna have women on there, so shut up and enjoy the show. And it's funny you bring the commercials up. I feel like commercials haven't been hitting because they always release them beforehand. Like,
Yeah.
I used to always anticipate them. That used to be the best part, but now you're releasing them beforehand. Like,
I was literally just about to say, have you seen the 50 Cent Super Bowl commercial yet? And it's not even the Super Bowl, where he's a DoorDash guy, and he's like, yeah, I like delivering beef. And he's like, he's reaching in the bag, he's pulling shit out. He's like, oh, look, there's combs in here. Imagine that. And he like throws it behind him.
a shot of Diddy.
Yeah, and then he says something like, something will take 5 years or 50 months, but who's counting? Or some shit like that. He said, like, it was just petty shit towards Diddy.
That's how long he's gonna be in jail. That's funny.
So, but yeah, I agree with you. I think it's weird how they release the Super Bowl commercials beforehand, because that used to be the thing, man. Just like, even if you didn't give a fuck about the game, it was like, all right, let's. And honestly, the commercials got kind of fucking shitty the last like 10 years.
They have. I know I'm showing my age, but remember when like a Bud, why is her and that what's up? Like those used to hit hard, man.
What's up? We used to do that shit. That was the when people say like, what was 6'7" in your generation? That was our shit. What's up?
Yeah, even the Dudleys picked up the tie into wrestling. The Dudleys even picked it up.
We used to do that shit in high school. We'd be like on opposite ends of the hallway, like, what's up? And teachers be mad as hell at us. Another good commercial back in the day was the WWF commercial. Were you around for that one?
Yeah, when they were having chaos in the
corporate office. Yep.
Yeah, I saw it. I remember that one. That was dope. To get that on the Super Bowl was crazy.
Yeah. And the fucking Super Bowl halftime brawl between The Rock and Mankind, the empty arena. That was, I remember my stepdad was having a Super Bowl party and I wanted to change the channel. He was like, we're not changing the fucking channel. So I had to go in my brother's room and like put their TV on because I was recording something in my room. And I had to go in there and like sit on the floor and watch it. And I remember The Rock losing. And I was just pissed off the rest of the Super Bowl.
Wasn't that the Dirty Bird Super Bowl with Atlanta and Denver?
It was 99, so yeah, I think you might be
98
right.
season. 98 season going into 99.
Yep, I think you might be right.
Elway's last rodeo. But yeah, who are you recording in the other room?
I don't fucking know. I just remember I couldn't watch it in my room at the time. It may have been my mom recording something.
Maybe some
Yeah.
TV show or something.
Man, the maddest I've ever seen my mom. I took her VHSs that she recorded all her soap operas on, and I recorded over them for Monday Night Nitro and Monday Night Raw.
She whoop your ass?
Boy, I'm getting PTSD thinking about this shit. You,
Oh,
did you see
13, 14?
Did you see how Thekla was beating the fuck out of Statlander with that strap? That was me when my mom was whooping my ass. I had all my children and General Hospital the whole week on there, and you recorded over it. I ripped the fucking label off the front of it so she wouldn't be looking for it because it had my stories written on there. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about. She beat the brakes off my ass for that shit, dog.
Well, it was probably 95. You're probably 13, 14.
Man, that was a rough one there, but that was a rough weekend for you, boy. Oh no, I couldn't sit down.
Oh man, hey man, I got plenty of stories like that. I can't even remember as a kid getting my ass whooped, but just being a kid.
Right, just doing stupid. Why would I even do that? Just go get another tape. But I took hers and fucking recorded over it. Hey, this will do. She don't need to watch this shit.
I remember one time, I reason it was a school night, and I wasn't getting the tub. My dad was so pissed. I was 7 or 8. He didn't even grab the belt. He grabbed one of my toys and just wore me out. He's like, I told your ass to get in that damn tub. Grab one of my toys.
Just being just being defiant for no reason, right? What was even the point? Just take a bath.
Oh man,
that's so funny. Well, shit, EJ. All right, let's get up out of here. For everybody watching, we appreciate you. For everybody listening on podcasts, if you're listening on Apple Play or Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating on there. We need to get those back up, or whatever podcast stream you listen to. Please leave a rating on there.
Yes, rate us on Spotify, iHeart, all of that.
Yep. Follow us on YouTube if you can, or subscribe, whatever it's called. Yeah, and again, we appreciate everybody that was in the chat. We appreciate everybody listening. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel. For EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been Boot to the Face. Until next week, peace.